Good, man. How you doing? Good. Yeah. That would make, you might get more information.
Here we go.
Good morning.
I'll start yelling first. Well, your voice is back.
It
You
is.
can yell too.
Nice. I'm happy to.
Granny.
We ready? Yeah.
All
Oh, you
good?
did it. You did it. As long as
Good.
it's not in your way. That'll work.
All right, let's go.
All right, everybody.
Great seating on the front row up here. Spit zone. No?
VIP
they-
seating?
Thought they would
Box
rush
seats?
forward.
What sells these things?
They learn, don't they? There's a reason.
All right. Find a seat. Let's go.
Thanks.
The drinks. They're all jacked up on Mountain Dew here.
Is this caffeine? Is it,
Watermelon. I think
it's
there's
actually
caffeine
kind of
in
healthy.
it. All right, Southland, let's go. Let's get this thing started. We are excited. Rustling, Trisha, you want to come on up and bring your guests and introduce us, please? Come with, please. Tell us who you got. Oh, here.
Good job.
Hi, good morning. Okay. Well, good morning, home. What is the name of our health and wellness and safety? Sorry. And so we chose to start off with our morning with something from Raymore Nutrition. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about the fancy drinks in the back.
Good morning. I am Carissa Jackson. I am the owner of Raymore Nutrition. And the drinks that we have are all going to be sugar-free, 160 milligrams of caffeine. They do have a thermogenic effect, so they are going to burn 80 to 100 calories when you drink them. We also have meal replacement shakes at the shop if you guys come in and do that. We have a bunch of different protein snacks and a lot of different things to offer you guys. We also do fitness challenges the first of every month. It's 15 days, and you could win $1,000 if you win. So thank you guys for having me. Just right beside Missouri Mud and in the strip with Mojitos and Willow Wind.
Real close.
Yes.
So close.
That is
We also do call ahead. If you guys call ahead and order, we'll have it ready for you when you get there.
perfect.
6:30. And if I'm there at 6 a.m. and the door's unlocked, come on in.
Yeah.
And it pairs well with rum and vodka.
It does. It will keep you awake while you're on the way. Wait, this is health and wellness. You just ruined the health and wellness part of the whole thing. Oh, sorry. And drinks back there, please get one. But there's also little green cards that are coupons. So take one of those so that you get a discount on your next drink. Thank you guys so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool
Thank you.
idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, ladies.
Not yet.
Okay.
Hold on. Thank you so much. We will bring you guys back up. All right, well, let's get this thing started. All right, we always like to start with something good.
Yeah.
Something
Tell us
good.
something good, guys. Let's go.
Oh, Nanette.
She's like, I got some good. Uh-oh.
Front row, come on, girl.
Oh, she's gonna come on up
Oh,
front.
she's just coming up front.
When Ron and I came up with the idea, I'm like, I was at a conference or somebody and somebody said, hey, my idea is after you close, you print off your inspection and a picture and you put it in a nice binder, and then this is where they can keep all their information, their contracts, all their home, everything for the book, and you take it to their house after you've closed and you pop by and you say, hey, I have your book for you. I said, but Ron, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the time, buy a binder, do all that. I said, I want you to do it and I want you to charge me $25. He made this for me, you guys. He printed it off. He put it in a binder. My name's on it.
Oh,
He has like cost for repairs back here. There's all these spaces. So if you use Pillar to Post for $25, he'll give you a Popeye.
That's a cool
I
idea.
love that.
Cool idea today.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Good job, Ron.
Good job, team.
What else? Come on, guys. It's spring. Royals play Thursday. What's going on? Come on, something good.
Something good.
Anybody sell anything? No.
Oh, who's
Where is
that?
he? Oh,
In
Jake.
the hallway. Is it really Amber though? Good job, Amber.
Who's in the March Madness? Who all's in it? Yeah. Okay. Hey, we're not letting my wife win this, all right? So let's figure this out.
I've been voting for Caesar. He's up there somewhere. Third, okay.
Just so you know, she does ask questions like, okay, tell me about this team versus this team. And then if it comes down to it, then it's usually a color or what just feels right. But she doesn't just pick like the 16 seed to beat the 1 or any of that stuff. So she does try a little.
I didn't. By the way, I didn't know when I was picking my bracket that those little numbers next to was their rankings. I didn't know that.
Oh, good.
I learned after. No,
Randy's
I-
bracket down here.
I've been hanging out in the 12th, 13th rank. At least I'm not last. I'm good with that. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's fun. Thanks for doing that, Jake.
Good stuff. Well,
Todd's got something good.
yeah, my daughter and my new grandson and her significant other, and we flew to Texas this weekend to be with my dad, and got to get the 4-generation pictures done, and it was a pretty special deal.
Very good.
Yep.
That is good.
That's how it's awesome. So we had an opportunity to do that. It's a good quick 3 days down and back, and my sister lives about 15 minutes away, so good time.
That's wonderful.
Great pictures of baby phones. So we could do today. Back when my kids were born. Playful little videos, lots of fun stuff. Sharing them with families. Good stuff. That's awesome.
Good. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Good job, Todd.
Lucy.
I just wanted to come up and say, I drove home last night from Nashville where my kids and grandkids are. And as soon as I pulled into the driveway, my son called and said his wife's water broke. And so last night, on what would have been my dad's 70th birthday, my 5th grandchild was born.
Wow. Who can beat
Thanks.
that? Grandchild.
Oh,
Kay can beat that.
married to my granddaughter. And they have, 2-year-old Shy, and he was on the, soccer, because Teal plays my special soccer. And if you're on Instagram, look up Teal, because you will see my great grandson kicking the soccer ball down and kicking it through the goal.
Nice. There you go.
Awesome.
Good
I
stuff.
love that.
Good
I
stuff.
love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Last call. Anything good? Something good. Yes, Laura. How was that, Laura? Oh, good.
Did you communicate with Bucky that you were doing it, like their corporate office? That would guarantee you they would have said it.
Hey, as a collective group, next, you know she's going to do it again, by the way. Tennessee, I think we got all right. Would somebody please go with her next time? I think that'd be a good idea. Because you got a little lucky with fires and all the stuff that was going on. It could have.
Yeah, she got the scout training. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I hear we're getting a Buc-ee's in Kansas City. Is that right? Is that like over by the Legends? Okay. Okay.
Cool.
It's a whole thing. Very good. Very good.
We've got a new agent in the house, Dalton Buck. Give it up for Dalton.
We actually have a couple.
Oh, we do.
We
Okay,
do.
I jumped ahead of you.
Dina Daniels back
Yeah,
here.
Dina's here. There you go.
Dina? Dina, you're from Pleasant Hill. You live in Pleasant Hill. And we're glad to have you. You joined us a little while ago, but this is your first team meeting. And then Dalton, you just joined us like last week, 2 weeks ago. We're glad to have you both.
So Dalton's mom, Melissa Buck, is a longtime agent here. She sells about a house or two a year. She's not going to work it too hard. And Dalton's father is Chad Buck with C&M Homes, who's one of the top, luxury builders in Kansas City and longtime advocate of Keller Williams Southland. We've worked together for many, many years. So great family in the business. Tell us a little bit about the other business you run.
Well, I have a landscape business. I started when I was 15, and I've slowly moved to excavation. So doing a lot of land clearing and stuff like that, and figured I would just, follow suit and try this out.
Getting the family business, right? Good stuff. Welcome. Welcome, buddy.
Welcome.
Yeah, both
Yes.
you guys. Welcome.
Yes. Okay, good. All right, what do we got? I think we got vendors. We love our vendors. Let's show our vendors some love. How about Lisa? You want to start us off with Coffelt Lane?
Lisa.
Lisa. And you've got a first time. We have another first timer at our first team meeting. Come on in. No, you know what?
Gotta give you that. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to introduce Glenda to everyone. Glenda is taking Summer's position. Summer's transferring to our Overland Park office as a closer position. That'll happen probably at some point in June. So she's still here for a little bit and we'll be able to train Glenda. So welcome her. Know that you're going to be getting some emails from her and she's part of our team. They've asked me to ask you if you'll follow Coffelt on social media. They're trying to really push their social media position. So if you'll do that, that'd be great. Plus, they'll be able to reshare some things that you guys have had that will then help promote your business too. Driver's license. We'll need to have driver's license uploaded ahead of time through Closing Lock. So your clients are gonna start seeing emails to upload their driver's license. Just be aware that that is something that we're asking for. There's been a big thing with stolen driver's license. So the bad guys, keep finding new things to be able to try to trick the real estate industry. So know that that's something that we're looking at. The Palm Agent app. So Palm Agent is an app that will go in and it'll calculate your seller's estimated sheets and your buyer's estimated sheets to make it easy for you. So download that Palm Agent app. I know several of you have used that for many, many years. So know that that is something that really would be helpful for you. let's see, wire fraud forms, because we haven't talked about wire fraud in a few weeks. Wire fraud is really rampant right now with more contracts coming in, more things happening in real estate. Just make sure that your clients are aware of wire fraud and to be super, super cautious of that. Anything you guys can think of? Yes, ma'am.
Palm, P-A-L-M.
PALM, Palm Agent. Yep.
Your phone gets in your
That's what, yes.
All right, thank you guys.
Welcome.
Lisa.
Yeah,
Welcome,
welcome aboard. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Oh, let's just go in order. How about Todd Branson with Fairway Mortgage? How about it?
So, I don't know if you guys are,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you paid attention, but what have I done with rates lately? They're coming down. Okay. So candidly, I've done nothing with rates, but, and neither has the Federal Reserve. So keep in mind, it isn't the Federal Reserve that lowers rates. The markets move rates. The Federal Reserve does their thing and the markets start moving it. So in anticipation of the Fed lowering later this year is what's happening now. The financial markets will start to move mortgage rates down. Car loan rates have come down a little bit, things like that. Those are directly related to what the Fed's doing, but mortgages are not. Okay. This weekend I was out of town, had no less than 5 loan applications, which is great. And, lots of questions and calls. So guys, keep them coming. This is spring. We're in it. Multiple offer situations. I had a situation where I had 2 of my clients in a multiple offer situation on the same house. How awesome is that?
Did they get it?
Neither one got it.
Oh.
Yeah. What happens is the cash guy that goes 40,000 over list, got it. So, and I, I mean, at that point, they're both getting financing, right? So, anyway, fantastic. Opportunities are out there right now, guys. If you need anything, have any loan questions at all, obviously reach out. I'm happy to help you. Okay.
That was
Guys,
just for
thank
you.
you. You too. No,
Just, yeah.
I've known him since, he grew up in my neighborhood when my kids were little. So anyway, anything you have, any new questions loan wise, just ask. I'm happy to help. I'm right next door. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Todd.
Appreciate it. All right. Pillar to post. Ron?
Give it up for Ron.
Ron.
Nice book. Binder.
Thank you. That drink's fantastic too. So, we ran into a couple of, situations with, sewer scoping in the last week or two where, Jordan opened up the clean out. He was only able to get about 5 feet down the line because of a clog. They'd shoved a bunch of paper towel or something in there that we couldn't get the camera through. The next one, we got 1.7 feet in, 1.7 feet, so about that far, which isn't much of a sewer inspection. And I think part of a Roto-Rooter was broke off in there and we can't get our camera down in there. So, when that happens, we always suggest getting it fixed, right? And then we will come back with no extra charge. And then once it's clear and we can get through there, we'll inspect that. So if that ever happens, just know that we're going to get it done. Can't get it done the day of the inspection, but there won't be any charge to come back and do that. So that was something we ran into and I thought that's kind of important to talk about. The third one we got, right.
One for 3.
One for 8. Ryan was, giving me a little about, what price per foot that we go on the thing. It was pretty good for a couple of them. And then secondly, we're always trying to add value for you and your clients. Instead of just being a normal little home inspector, we try to bring things like the binders or our Pillar to Post Connects program. We're working on something now with, it's called Info Series. It's just short videos about things in the home that we can attach when we send the report. Just be short little videos about maybe how a GFCI works if they've got problems with that. So I was wanting to get some feedback. If you have any on that, would you object to it? Would you like it? Is that something that adds value? Do you believe that would be something that would be beneficial for your client? So any thoughts on that? You think so, Carrie?
Yes, it's something that, as long as we gave you credit, we could actually share it to our pages or our websites.
Yeah, and we could,
That links back to you guys.
we could figure all that out. Yes,
That would work.
absolutely. Yeah. I think that's Nanette.
Scare off a buyer, like they start panicking when they see a 42-page inspection. If there was a calming video to tell them, hey, this isn't that big a deal, this is just all you need to do, would be very beneficial.
Yep, okay.
It's gonna keep you busy.
No, these are what we want to do here and get feedback on so we can keep improving our process for everybody. So, yeah, the videos aren't quite ready, but we may start implementing them and we'll let you know. So just more value.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Ron. Absolutely. All right, we appreciate all of our vendors. Let's give it up for Rustlin, Raylyn from Apex Underground.
Thank you, thank you. Probably the biggest thing right now, because we know when the market's ramping up, because we're feeling it from majority of the agents, because our phones are not nonstop ringing, which yes. But what I would focus most on is, man, if you guys have a buyer day one and everyone agrees and you send out that handy dandy buyer, you know, hey, these are the things that you should get inspected on those septics and sewers day one. I mean, get on the phone and get those scheduled, because what I'm seeing is I have 1 day to get a quote before it expires. And that's just not enough time in that world to do that, to get it appropriately. And that way everyone is having the correct numbers and not just some made up numbers in my head. So that would be one suggestion. Anyone have any questions that you guys are dealing with out there in the field right now? I've done my job. Great.
Yes. Good job, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate that. And I don't think I've seen Matt Davidson or JW speak now. Okay. All right. Appreciate you vendors, always. All right, here's our calendar for this week. Tomorrow, and we'll talk about this in a minute, all things taxes with Chris Mullendorp, Sold Mastermind with Trisha Henson on Thursday. Next week, we've got more of the same, but it's good stuff. Let's keep going. All right, listings, buyers, and open houses.
Let's go. What do we got?
Anybody
By
got
the way, you guys
listing?
had a massive spike in listings
Yep.
taken last month.
What you got? Is everything under
Good.
contract? We're good?
Must have sold them already.
Oh, I guess we sold them all. Trisha's got one.
Yeah.
Or 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, could be 4 bedrooms, because the finished family room has closets and bathrooms down there, so for $369.
369 in Remington. Coming on this week. Yep, Jake.
Pleasant Hill, little 3-bedroom, 1 bath, full basement. And they need to sell that to buy another house. So if somebody just wants to get it under contract before it goes to market, then we can go out and shop. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Probably 350-ish in Pleasant Hill to buy.
Okay.
How much is the house you want to sell?
It'd be 215.
215.
Ish. That was last time I went to look, they said they updated stuff. Should be 215.
Okay.
So guys, we're in a low inventory market. Spring is heating up. It'll be even more competitive for your buyers probably than it has been in the last 6 months or so. So let's get the word out there as to what our buyer needs are and our listings that are coming up. You know, sometimes you post them and you don't hear anything. I do it and I don't hear anything. And I'm like, okay, my feelings aren't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Put them out there, guys. You never know who's going to put a deal together within this office. A real quick story, and I don't think I've told it yet, is some friends of mine, we listed their house in Old Leawood, right? Those beautiful houses in that old historic area. So 1.1 million, right? So Belton boy, 1.1 million listing in Old Leawood. That doesn't fit, right? Guess who sold the flipping house? Scott Swaggart, Belton boy. Guess who the buyer was? Swaggart's high school buddy, Belton guy. 3 Cass County guys to make an Old Leawood sale work, right? It's going through inspections today, so I'm crossing my fingers it doesn't go awry. But nonetheless, you know, let's be sure we're sharing, guys. We're doing some in-house sales. We need to be doing a little bit more of that, if you ask me. Just
Love
something to
that.
think about. You guys are out doing stuff in Butler and those areas. Get that stuff out there.
Very good.
Mhm.
Mary Beth, I see your hand up.
Buyer who prefers Harrisonville. She's probably gonna have to up her budget, but she would love to have a two-car garage, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Obviously it's difficult to find with her budget.
What's
Right
her
now,
budget?
She's at 180.
Okay.
She can go up, but she's wanting that. Anyway, Adrian's second choice.
Okay.
She really wants Harrisonville.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Tony, what you got?
It goes live on the 18th. Actual almost 2.5 acres in Grandview.
yeah.
Actual in-town Grandview, not way out Grandview. It's gonna go 420, it's 3-bed, 2.5 bath. A little bit dated on the inside. Grandma and grandpa left us all a few years ago, so the family's selling it now. Great big giant, garage outbuilding, all concrete, has a shop and a separate office inside of that, 3 doors on it, so. Big giant area there, so it goes on the market 420 on the 18th.
Nice.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's it.
Green,
In town Grandview.
Yeah.
Yep.
One part, yeah.
South End, Belmont.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go.
Tricia.
Sorry, next week, I have one on the market, Freeman. A 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, it's on an acre, kind of log cabin looking, and we just did all the painting and all the floors, interior doors, some of the lights, so for $369 also.
Okay. Good deal.
Perfect.
Freeman. Wow, we got lots of stuff
Now-
going now.
They just woke up.
I was like,
That's
oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, wrestling.
Pending signatures, but we should go live May 1st. Lone Jack, 5 acres, ranch, 4-bedroom, 40 by 60 outbuilding, 3-car garage. And, yeah, we're getting the floors redone, deck redone. It's gonna be a little pretty.
Sweet.
That sounds nice.
That does sound nice.
And how did that South Harrisonville house go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Day 1 or 2? Day 1 or 2, right on the market, just right out of the gate?
What's that about that?
700,000 or something crazy, right?
Yep.
Mid-sevens, yeah. Got it. Guys, this thing's getting ready to just take off. Get some buyers, get some sellers. We're getting ready to run. We are already running, but James.
Buyer need, 250 to 285, somewhere in that range, can go a little higher, a little lower. Lease Summit, Lease Springs, maybe plus a bill, just kind of that area of Lone Jack.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
I need 2 of those. Okay.
Same buyer? You guys sharing the guy? Yeah. Kay, did you have something?
The Cumberland Hills. The, 2 weeks before the Acting is coming soon, they're updating several things in it. 320.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Wonderful.
that'll be a
Good
hot
deal.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we'll.
So
My man's okay.
She's like, I gotta pay the bills now, right? My man's okay. That's fantastic.
Get back to work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do see you. There's a. I'm coming. All right, let's go Laura and then we'll go Tom after that. Laura, what you got?
Bath, it's grand, $299. Then, one interior, 3-bedroom, 1-car garage, bath. That was Monday.
Good deal.
Cool.
Good. Love that.
Good, good.
Very good. Now we're gonna go Tom.
Okay, finally got a live date for the Meadowwood property. Meadowwood's is the Good Ranch, going live on 4/1, 4-bedroom, 3-car garage in the Good Ranch, priced at $379,900, price to sell. So price to sell quick. So, corner lot, great property. Got a property coming up in Raintree Lake, 1.5-story, 4-bedroom with a pool. We're just waiting to get the pool open. We want the pool to be visibly that it's working and all, because it wasn't open the year before. So we just want to make sure everything's good there. So we got that
Sure.
one coming up in,
How much?
low 4s.
Low 4s.
What's the
Okay.
floor plan?
1.5-story, 4-bedroom.
Okay, that'd be a good one. In Raintree with a pool.
Cass County side or Jackson County?
Jackson County side.
Cool.
All
What
right.
else?
Planning for meeting with the builder tomorrow, so by next meeting, I'll let everybody know what it will be.
Okay. Tim, I think I saw your hand.
Yeah, three-bed, 1.5 ranch in Blue Springs, pre-MLS tomorrow, goes live on Friday. Really solid, well-built house, pretty well maintained, but dated, and that's gonna be on the market at 190. The 3-bed, 1.5 bath in Blue Springs, right off of 4th Street. And then, have like a property in Excelsior Springs that is awesome for somebody who wants to be a homesteader. Like, it's already set up, they've got fruit trees, planted all over the place. It's got a greenhouse that is, 20 by 40. And then, it has the Taj Mahal, I don't even wanna call it a chicken coop, it's like a chicken resort. I mean, it's super nice, it's the nicest one I've ever seen. But that house is a 3-bed, it's a new house on 13 acres in Excelsior, and it's on pavement, which is pretty awesome. It's on pavement, that is a 3-bed, I'm gonna call it a ranch, but they've kind of got it set up like a reverse story and a half, so, you know, it would be either one. And the house is only 5 years old, so it has really modern finishes and everything in it. And that's gonna hit the market on Friday as well at $450.
And the first chicken resort in the history of South Bend.
All right.
It's about time. We got people in
About
the
time.
rural areas, top that,
All
right?
right. Very
Marsh
good.
is like, I know some people, right?
I love it. I love it. I definitely
Got a
feel this.
couple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Couple real quick. We're going pre-MLS today. Belton, 315,000 on Branson Drive, Todd, our street, but completely turnkey, split entry, 3, 2.5. We're going pre-MLS tomorrow. Foxwood Springs, probably the nicest unit in there. It's completely updated, all that kind of stuff. That'll be in the 180 range. We're still working on pricing. We've got a villa coming up in the Fountains of Raintree, really desirable detached homes that are, and it backs to green space and a pond. That'll be at 475, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And Lakefront Raintree, Cass County side, a really nice house. It'll be somewhere straddle that 700K. We're working on the pricing. So by the way, we're getting ready to go on a little trip. You be sure and get busy right before you go on a trip. Does that happen to everybody?
Do that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the villa? Yes, the basement's actually finished. That's the 4-3. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right. Love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Our ALC Spotlight, this is our Health, Wellness, and Safety Committee. If you ladies want to come right back up and
Yay.
tell us what you're working on. Appreciate you.
You gonna do some yoga poses or anything? Thank you.
Okay, wait. First of all, I want to get a picture with your drinks. They asked me to get one that they would like to post on their social media here of all of us. So I'm going to do that before I forget. So,
Hold something up.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheese, everybody. Okay, and maybe we can get some people together later.
yeah, I'll try to grab a few and get that for them.
It's the best looking
Okay.
agents I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I was like, thank you.
Yes, you
I was like, wow, this health and wellness is so encouraging. We have a few things planned. We're working on, maybe a self-defense class, probably pushing a little closer to the fall when we aren't as busy as we are right now to fill our calendars. And we will bring in some regular little things like today, hopefully, just to keep encouraging you to stay healthy. And then we have bookmarks for everyone. We made it right off of Gary Keller. It says, what's the one thing I can do today for? And there's a blank. So pick something in your health and wellness mindset, please. Such that by doing that, everything else, you guys have probably memorized this, will be easier, even unnecessary. So take a bookmark, remind yourself all the time to fill in the blank. What can you do today that's good for your mental health, physical health, all those kind of things?
Great job, Teresa.
Trisha.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay, here they are.
All right.
Pass around.
Okay. Pass it around. Thank you. All right,
Thanks,
take one,
guys.
pass it
Good
around.
job.
Excellent. Our ALCs, we had the Education Committee met today. Our ALCs are, members are actively working. Encourage you guys to get involved. Even though you may not hold a spot on the ALC board, please get involved with a committee. Something that you care about, plug in. We would love to hear what you have to say about that. All right. There's Raymore Nutrition. We got that. So, all right, save the date. Red Day is coming up May the 8th. We will be ordering shirts, much like what Chris is wearing today. Thanks for demonstrating. We should have you stand and model.
It's a nice runway here, Chris, if you want to just do a lap with your.
But the whole purpose is save the date. That is coming up. I cannot believe we're talking about May already, but it'll be here before we know it. All right. All things taxes with Chris Mullendorf. That is tomorrow at 10 a.m. You will want to be here to learn. He is the Cass County collector, and he's not boring. Even though we're talking taxes, it is important to understand how our taxes affect our real estate. And so be here to hear him tomorrow at 10 a.m. Anytime we invite somebody from the county, the city, from outside our world, I like to make sure Southland shows up really well for them so that they will want to keep coming back and just build that community relationships.
Well, I think if there's, this is a category, especially real estate taxes. How the heck do they come up with these numbers, right? You'll have a $400,000 house, the taxes are $4,000 a year, and another $400,000 house, the taxes are $6,000 a year. Why is that? He's gonna drill down into some of those answers.
Love that.
As to why that is. So I went probably 10, 12 years into my career without really having any kind of grasp. I'm just like, well, that's the taxes.
That's what it is.
It is a good idea to be a professional in this business to understand a little bit more than that. That again will help us, stand out from the crowd. I don't know if I brought one of those sheets today that shows what you guys' production, but these people at Cass County, when they see what you guys are doing in the county compared to all the other businesses that are based in this county, which means basically your business is all of the other offices combined, they are thrilled to speak in front of our people for all the reasons you might. There's never a no. It's usually yes or when can I kind of
Absolutely.
situation. So good for you guys.
Very good. And he's, stepping out of his normal world to come talk to us. Let's be here and learn something. Tomorrow at 10. All right. All right. I just have a few things I wanted to go over. First of all, I want to brag on our coaching team. So we have 21 agents in the coaching group. These are agents that are mostly new. Sometimes they just, some agents have chosen to be in the coaching. We coach to where you're at. It's not all basics and beginning stuff. If you're a more experienced agent and you want somebody to help coach you, you're welcome to be a part of it. But I wanted to brag on some of our agents here. Just in the last couple of weeks, we had a couple closings. So Chip Davis and Chloe Nablo had closings. And then also we've got at least 4 under contract. I hope I didn't forget anybody. But yeah. So Aaron, Steve, Jenny, and Yelena, birthday girl. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I've got some stuff under contract, and I know that there are agents out there with active buyers, and we've got agents with listings coming up, Dina, and we've got some things going. So really, really proud of our coaching agents, because if you remember what it was like to be newer, how intimidating the process can be, and they're just doing it. They're getting it and getting some momentum. So super proud of our coaching team. All right, tomorrow, so we've got that new agent kickstart, and I'm going to show it to you here briefly. But if you have not had a chance to attend the agent kickstart class, I am doing one on Zoom tomorrow. So at 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's an evening class. So I understand some people have other jobs and commitments and can't get in here. I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to learn how this tool works and how you can benefit from it. And then, so that is coming up. And then my personal tech guy has this queued up for me. Thank you. This is the agent kickstart. So this is once you log in, he's already logged me in so that I can expedite this process right here. But I want to show you, you come in here. It is free to all of our agents. This is how you access it. You come in this way. And then this is Tina Bernine. She's the agent that created it, and she's the one that came in and introduced it to us. But I wanted to actually show you, here are module 1 is about the database. So there's different, and these are different little video modules. Everything is video based. You can watch it from your phone. You can watch it from your home. You can watch it anywhere. I better stop. I'm stopping.
You had it.
No. Dr. Seuss moment there. Wherever you roam, you can listen to these things here. So module 1, database. Building a database is so important. It is your business. You don't have a great database. If it's not built on a great foundation, If you've got gaps in that foundation, then this is a great place to go to highlight the gaps and let's get them filled for you. And that's why, you know, I'm even learning stuff from here. Lonnie, you picked up a couple things you said
Yeah.
in
Guys,
about
this
the
is,
database.
just so you know, this is where we're going. Ryan, where's Ryan? Is he still here? Well, what would it have been like if we had this when we first started versus you just come in and figure it out? Chris Bradley, all these people that have come in. Yeah. So now what we're trying to do, and we've invested a large amount of money. If you log on to this, it's going to show it's $800. We've already paid for it. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out and leave. But this is not just for new agents, and that's a huge
Right.
misconception. Where we're seeing the biggest improvement for real estate offices is when more and more people, get involved. Once you get logged into this, you'll work your way through these modules. Do them in open houses. Do them. Well, you guys have sick minds, so I don't want to really think about where you might do it. But the reality is there's probably not too many people in our organization that don't need to sit through these, myself included. I actually did. Sandy told me to do it. I did it. And I was sitting there taking notes of some different strategies that we haven't used. So sometimes just getting some fresh ideas. You guys that are seasoned, you're going to be like, I don't need any of this stuff. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised or shocked as to what you really do need.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be foundational. So when you come to Brandy with, hey, I don't know about a listing presentation, I need a lot of help. She's going to go, hey, have you watched module X? And then you're going to go, no, but I meant to. Why don't you do that? And then I'll support your questions from there.
Yeah.
And chances are you won't have too many questions.
Absolutely.
You guys get that? So this is going to lead out in our training and support for our people, new agents especially. But guys, I don't care if you've been 5-10 years in the business, you need to think differently. If you just want little areas to plug in, like listing presentations, things like that, maybe just a quick little refresh, just go straight to that one. You don't have to do them in any order, right, Sandy? There's nobody's grading this. Yeah.
So we've got database, buyers, sellers, transaction management, and there's one more. I'll see it right here. But you can see in there, she's got role play. Some of you are like, hey, if I could just see one done, I'll know how to do this. Or if I can observe one, she's got it. Buyers, sellers, she's got presentations and she role plays that out. And maybe right before you go on a listing presentation, maybe watch it, see how it goes. One other thing I wanted to show you. So there's buyers. Oh, lead generation. She's got role play there. And then another thing I like back up here, I noticed she's got objection handlers. I think we all could use a refresh on even handling objections. Lead generation, working with sellers, and transaction management. But keep scrolling down. Now, by the way, you don't have to go in order. You can pick and choose. If you've got a listing presentation, jump to that, jump to the sellers. If you've got a buyer one, jump to that. If you need to go back, this is your thing. This is your tool. Check in and bop around as you need. But down towards the bottom, downloads for all modules. I want to show you this because in this download section, there over here on the side is a wealth of things that she has made. They're plug and play. They're done for you. It's right here. If you don't love your listing presentation, maybe you want to use hers. Let's see if this opens. It should. Either help me this morning. There it is. Now, if you need another listing presentation, it's right here. This is a PowerPoint and she's made it editable. So take out Tina's face, put your face in there and take out the pages you don't like, but it's here and it looks great. So there's one for buyers too, but back over here, there's worksheets. There's just everything. Buyer flow chart, seller lead intake sheet, open house steps and scripts. Guys, there's so much here. I want you to take the time, invest the time to go through it and see what's in this tool. Sandy? Yep.
Nice.
Very good. Very
Do you
good.
guys see value in this? No matter where you're at in this organization, brand new, 10, 15 years, it's for everybody, guys. So the database and lead gen piece of it, I think we all could use a different perspective on that, okay? You're sick of hearing me do the two and all this kind of stuff. Sometimes hearing it from somebody else can have huge value.
Absolutely. And so I will be going over this if you want. It's super easy to get into. Let me get back. I can't.
And our dual career people, do we have any dual careers here today? So many times our dual career people are like, I know you guys have training in the Market Center at Rocks. I see it on Facebook, but unfortunately I can't be there very often. This helps support that. So if you're at home at night, or, many of our people have 9-to-5ers, right? They're at school districts or
Yep.
police department. They can plug and play at their own pace.
Absolutely.
So I think this should help us all going forward.
If you don't know how to get in there, if you've not ever logged in yet, I've got directions here that are super simple. I'll just keep them up here at the front. You can come get one. I did send out an email to everybody, so it could be in an email, but if you want this, I've got that for you too. So.
We can, by the way, we're hoping that we'll have like a 60 or 70% login rate here pretty soon,
Absolutely.
because I think everybody needs to have logged in, set up an account, and kind of wing through it a little bit to at least see what it's all about. Would you guys agree? So is that a fair expectation? Yeah, I'm not expecting you to do all modules the first 2
Right.
weeks, right? That's probably not.
And our ALC has all committed to get in there and hunt and peck around and see what's going on in there too.
That's
So,
fantastic.
all right. I
job,
think
guys.
that's all I have.
Yeah.
If I can get it to go. And I've done something to it. There we go. Oh, February
The
awards.
awards?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Celebrate it.
I guess I need to
Success
get
of
organized.
February.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about February real quick. You guys heard me say, I hope you heard me say that at the end of February, we were actually running pretty far behind, not far behind, but behind last year. And last year, you guys spiked up when the whole market was flat. So basically what you did is you retraced to where the market is, to be perfectly honest with you. So guess what happened in February? Contracts written volume, which is one of the most important things we have, because that's the precursor, that and listings taken. Those two things tell us how the next couple months are going to be. In February, that metric was the largest it has ever been in the history of the Market Center for a February. So what do you think March and April have the ability to look like? Amazingly well.
Yeah.
Saw a spike up in listings, especially in the second half of the month once we get some of this weather behind us, right?
Mhm.
So it is flipping go time, guys. It is absolutely go time. And there's people out there gritching and moaning, and we're not all going to have the best month and the best week, but the excuses are behind us now. The headwinds are gone, and now it's tailwinds of the spring, okay? So let's go get ours. This is how we do awards here. In the group category, closed sales, number 3 group, the Wrangle Group with 505,000.
Yeah.
Number 2 group, these guys stink, 1 million, Lonnie Branson Real Estate.
Job, Nanette.
I got crushed. Number 1 group, New Edge Partners, 1.2 million.
Very good.
In the team category, how many agents are in the team? Good. See, they're good at math.
Good
Number
job.
3 in the team category, Austin Real Estate, 300K. What up? Brick and Mortar, 417,000. Our number
right.
2 team. Number 1 team, they're here today, I believe, 467 L&T Homes.
All right.
That's all.
They're here.
Are they not here?
They're not here.
Oh,
Oh, there she is. She is here.
Ella's here.
You're not in your normal spot.
scared of the spit zone, huh? Okay. Dalton, this is called the spit zone. There's a reason nobody sits here. I don't know why they don't sit in front of Brandy, but they don't. A number 10 individual, Laura Crotty, 348,000. Whoop. Number 9 individual, Chris Bradley. Where's Chris? I saw her. Oh, there she is. Yep. Got the red day on. Good job. Number 8 individual, Glenda Monaco, 410,000. Oh, number 7 individual, Trisha Henson, 532,000.
All right. I'll bring it back to you.
Number 6, Broker Darren, 600K.
All right. Got
For
it.
February, guys. That's fantastic. Number 5 individual, just had a baby, Tori Richmond, 610,000.
Job, Tori.
Number 4 individual, Brannigan Barnett, 640,000.
Very good.
By the way, our individuals, in my opinion, are really outproducing our teams to some extent. Number 3 individual, Nathan Priest, 655K. Number 2 individual with their cowboy hat, Shelby Eckert, 725. Love this one. Number 1 individual in closed sales volume, Tony Doherty, 820,000. Up, Tony D.
You go, Trisha. You're
Tony always talks about, I just kind of do this for fun, and if it comes in, right? Then, hey, maybe he's onto something, huh? We all just need to be a
Yeah.
little more casual and have fun with it. No, this is listings taken volume, guys. Again, a huge precursor of what's going to happen for these teams and organizations in future months. Our number 3 group was New Edge with 845,000 in listings
right.
taken. Joanna Rangel, 1.12 million.
Wow.
Beautiful. Lonnie Branson Real Estate, 3.5. Does this have one team?
Yes.
In the team category, listings taken volume, John Mooningham Real Estate, 350K.
Right.
You guys are selling all your listings now. You have to restock the shelf a little bit, right? Individuals, these are our top individuals, listings taken volume. Number 7, Brannigan Barnett, 240K. Number 6 individual, this is already under contract. I know it is. Sandy Paxton, 300K, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Is that spring? Was that spring house? God, that was a good one. The appraisal okay? Oh, that's right. You get lucky. How many conversations do we have about worried about the appraisal? Because this is like a Johnson County type townhome in Belton. Yeah, you are all good. We didn't think it would be cash, right? There you go. So we worried about nothing, didn't we? Yeah, both of us. Number 5 individual, Broker Darren, 355K.
All right.
Number 4 individual, just beat him, 359K, Trisha Henson.
All right.
Tori Richmond, 380,000, our number 3 individual.
Had a baby.
Is that a baby? Yeah, almost forgot the baby that time. Our number 2 individual, listings taken volume, Shelby Eckert, over 1 million.
Good job, Shelby.
1.1. And the sensation himself, who's now my current best friend since he sold my listing, number 1 individual, 2.145 million, Scott Swaggart.
Belton boy.
Woo, Belton kid. Yep. B student, Belton High School. It is possible.
Pass that back to Sandy.
Home run means you had a closing, a listing, and one under contract. Tori Richmond had a home run this month.
Is that a baby?
Yeah, is that a baby? Stop that. Silas Gray is out shopping for a suit today, but he, yeah. You guys see that new listing in his video?
Yeah.
He looked pretty dapper, didn't he? Tim, he blew by you on best dressed, just so you know. Shelby Eckert had a home run. Good job, Shelby. Jennifer Thompson, dual career, home run.
Nice,
Good
Jen.
job.
Good job, Jen.
James McClay, home run. Well, new to our organization as well last year. Brannigan Barnett, home run. Big surprise, right?
Yes.
Becca, home run for Becca
Becca.
Morales. Good job. And by the way, if we forgot anybody, please see Caesar. He's a big guy, so be nice to him. First closing, is that spelled right?
Yeah.
Oh, it
no,
is.
it isn't.
Okay, no, it isn't. First closing, Aaron Spencer.
Spencer.
It's
We're gonna
spelled.
spell it.
And then our soul, looks like $1 Million Month, just me.
As an individual, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Gotcha.
We had a couple teams and groups that were over it, but
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yep.
Lonnie Branson, $1 Million Month. I don't see any more for $1 Million Month. Am I missing any?
nope. We just have those awards there.
Okay.
These two.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Almost
Yeah,
forgot
you're
about that. Hey, we invented a new award. So if you stick around long enough, you'll eventually get one just because we'll invent something to cover you. The best left-handed agent, something like that. This was a great problem to have in the last 2 years, but what was happening is as our teams were having success, people on the teams were having massive success. So we started seeing people on teams start pushing 100,000 in GCI and then 200,000 in GCI. So we figured we need to recognize them because if they're on my team, for example, we get all the awards and all the jazz hands and that kind of stuff. So we just created this award and I think it's really, really cool, but we're calling it the Team All-Star. And to be a Team All-Star, you're on a team, get it? And at least 100,000 in GCI. So it's really, really cool. So we have 2 awards for 2024, and these are for Nanette Middleton and Silas Gray. Where's Nanette?
Come on, Annette.
Look at that fancy thing. City, are you excited? Yay. Good job.
Okay.
Hey, I brought her over from Reese Nichols, just FYI. I thought she could do better. Is it me?
It's you.
Okay, let's, I'm going to cover one training thing and then some housekeeping if you guys are cool. And then I want to also see if you're having problems with it because lately it's been pretty smooth around here. Do you guys, do you guys know how mortgage payoff sort of works?
Sort of.
Lunch and learn, right? Okay, no wonder. Yeah, okay, good. All right, well, here's what happens, okay? And if you guys have a mortgage on your house, it works this way too, is as an agent, if I'm taking a listing and I'm trying to do a proceed sheet for people and I ask them, hey, what do you owe on your house? That's a normal question, right?
Yep.
They're gonna go, we owe 300K. I go, okay, good to know. And by the way, here's our statement. And then sometimes they'll show me or it's on their phone or whatever. So when a payoff is, when we're talking about a true payoff on a mortgage, what people are usually seeing is the principal balance on the mortgage,
Mhm.
okay? So if the principal balance is 300,000, that ain't the payoff. You guys get that? That's the principal balance because there is what's called accrued interest on a mortgage payoff, depending on when the payment's due, when the payment's made, and a bunch of other stuff, okay? Here's all you need to know to be on the safe side. If you're representing a seller and you're trying to do an estimated proceeds sheet, here's what I would highly recommend that you do is if the principal balance is 300, use 301 or 3015 in your numbers and explain, go, hey, I'm going to go a little higher than the number you gave me because what happens with mortgages or is this accrued interest? Trust me, when the payoff hits, it's going to be higher than what you have there on your statement. And they love that because then if the numbers come in a little better, they love you. They come in the wrong way, you're not loved anymore. That's how this goes, okay? So the way accrued interest is calculated in the most simplest way is to say somebody has a 6% rate on their mortgage because Todd raised the rates really high, and they owe 300,000. That at 6%, that means you divide it by 12 to get a monthly interest of $1,500 a month. And so it is not uncommon, and whether it's FHA, conventional, there's all kinds of different things that can affect this. But when I made my February mortgage payment, oh, we just had March, I made that one. March payment, I was paying February's interest. You guys get that? It's called in arrears, right? Is that the term we use, Todd? So when you're making that March payment, you just paid February's interest. So then if your house closes March 20th, they got to catch 20 days of interest. You guys get that? That's why the principal balance is never right. You guys get that? If it's closing on the 15th, 15 days of interest and so on and so forth. Not to get overly complicated, but with FHA payoffs, is it still 30 days no matter what? It's not? Okay, good. They did away with that. Oh, gotcha. Whew, good thing I didn't put that on the board. All right, so that when you're making that payment, so you come in March 1st, you actually make that payment, boom. That took care of February's interest. So if your house were closing March 20, there's how many days of interest to capture? Let's go with 20, okay? Good job. Great math skills. So 20 days of interest might be around $1,000 or $1,100. You talk about throwing your numbers off right there. You guys get that? And people, they can get mad over the dumbest things. So when they tell me, they go, hey, I'm looking at my principal balance right now, it's X. I'm always going to pad it about 30 days of interest. And they're going to go, well, hey, I just told you, dummy, it's 300. Why are you using 3015? Trust me, guys, there'll be accrued interest on your payoff and a few other small things. Let's use 3015 and chances are it'll come in a little bit better than that. You guys get that? Really, really important. So here's another thing. Some of us have people that choose to not make the mortgage payment, okay? For example, March payment's due, but they know their house is closing on the 15th or 20th. I'm not gonna make that March 1st payment. It's their call. They could end up with a late fee and some different things, but guess what happens then? There's going to be 30 days of interest because that February interest never got caught. You guys get that? They didn't make the March payment and the accrued interest here. Now we're talking about $2,500 or so of interest. You guys get that? So my recommendation in almost all cases is have a conversation with the seller and go, hey, well, I know we're closing March 15th. Be sure that you make that March 1st payment. And they will, they'll at least tell you that they do, but be sure and convey that because otherwise they're going to sit there and go, well, my house closed on the 15th. I'm not going to make that payment. It'll close before my late fee hits, right, Todd? Those kind of things. Go ahead, add to it.
And if your seller has not made that say the month of March, all of a sudden you delay in the closing and they haven't made their March payment yet. Now it's 26th or 27th, now it's 29th, 30th, 31st. My advice is always this, make payment regardless, because I can have the title company order a new payoff to reflect that payment having been made pretty quickly with electronic payoffs and things like that. I would always advise that because they get settled into that house down the road and all of a sudden they got a 30-day late on the mortgage. That one.
Toast.
So just be aware of that, especially if things are getting delayed or if you're a lender no one's ever heard of. I don't know who that would be, but they'll get that payoff out quickly and that way they'll never have that late payment. But I always advise if you're going past 15, just make it. It's just easier. Make the lender go through or make time to go through and order that payoff. Reflect that.
Perfect. You guys, do you understand? Can you see why this could be a problem? Has anybody ever had this problem where you're like, man, they told me they owed 300. Here's the payoff. It's 302. That ever happened to anybody? Just me? Okay, just me. Yeah. It happens. It happens a lot to you guys because I hear the stories and you're sitting there trying to figure out why the settlement statement looks different than the example you gave them when they took the listing or when you accepted the contract, right? Best practices. When a contract comes in, we should do a seller's estimated proceeds for the seller. That's important, guys. Have them sign off on it. Darren, if he was here, would tell you that. But if you're using the wrong payoff, your numbers are already off before you even get started. Okay. Yeah. That too. Yeah. Yeah, we do too. And we'll put estimated by it, but we need to know the difference and we need to be able to explain to them when they're sitting there telling you 300, 300, 300, they're going, well, that Sandy doesn't listen. She's using 3015. She is not paying attention. Right?
That's Sandy.
The spring market is escrows are being analyzed by the mortgage companies. And there's times where the taxes have gone up recently or their insurance premium went up last year and the lender paid them because they pay them and their escrow balance is negative. So when you get into that situation and John orders a payoff for a seller and they're $1,500 negative, guess what happens to the balance? It's going back on top of that. So it really only probably is relevant the first 3 or 4 months of the year. Maybe more so because they'll adjust their payments to cover it. But if your payoffs that time, then you might have a negative escrow balance, which will get tacked on as well. That's a wary, but just be aware it's possible, especially with Jackson County raising taxes lately, Cass raising taxes, so be aware.
This conversation we're having right now, I'm not trying to be critical of some of the other companies, but there's a few especially that don't even know what we're talking about. But the bulk of people in your industry don't understand this conversation. I'll tell you that right now. I'm in conversations with these other people and they don't even know what we talk about, guys. So we're going to go ahead and continue to have this kind of lead in this industry. We're going to understand these things at a higher level. When Chris Mollendorf talks to our people about real estate taxes, we're going to let the rest of our industry have this cursory knowledge, not much, and we're going to know just a little bit more. Is that cool, Sandy?
Whenever you're listing their house.
Mm-hmm.
you gotta realize that
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great question for Mollendorf, and that'd be right in his wheelhouse. You know how we had this situation where Lisa was nice enough to explain to us how complicated taxes are this year because it's an, what do we call it, reassessment year. What we chose to do on my team is we simply have an addendum on all of our listings that says taxes will be calculated based on 2024 proration number. You guys got that? And now some agents might go, well, that's not really fair because we know they're going to go up a little bit. So far, we're 6 for 6, including a $1 million sale. Everyone has signed off on that and made our life really easy. You guys get that? One person said, well, would you guys be okay if we just said 2024 taxes plus 5%? And I think that was 5 if he's here somewhere. And I go, no, that actually seems really equitable. Why don't you put that in the offer? So if you guys haven't implemented some system on that, this is a good time to consider doing that because the number starts to get more and more significant the further we get into the year. You guys are looking at me really weird. So we haven't talked about it in a while, have we? Okay.
I think it's great.
All right. So that's just how you look. The investment club. Did you guys see the post on the investment club? Okay. This has been years in the making. 2 weeks, 2 years in the making. And we, based on at least the initial kind of, yes, I'm curious. I want to at least find out what's going on. We're going to probably end up with a lot of momentum right out of the gate on this.
Absolutely.
We do have a date?
April 16th, Wednesday, April 16th.
Wednesday, and is it an
It's a
afternoon?
Wednesday at 3.
Yeah. So Wednesday at 3, April 16th, look for the post on that. It's a great time to put it on your phone. Those of you that wish to participate. And our goal is this, or the initial meeting is to get the initial people in here to see what they want out of the group.
Right.
This isn't the Brandy show, Lonnie show, Nathan show. This is the Southland show. Okay. What do you guys want out of this group? We have got some coaching and consultation from different market centers that have had success with this on what they have done, but we want what you guys want. Okay. So some of the topics that'll be there, obviously the most basic things we'll start talking about is why the heck would anybody invest in real estate? Doesn't mean you need to invest in real estate and go buy a rental property. But what if you had a client? Alex all of a sudden picks up a buyer who wants to buy a certain number of units over a certain amount of time. Probably wondering what the heck, why are they doing this? What are the pros and cons of doing this? Being a landlord ain't all that fun. If Joe Goodwin's in here, he knows. So it's not for everybody, but we'll take it down that path. We'll also talk about, hey, if somebody wants to buy these things, where do they get the money for these things? Financing. which is really complex in today's world. Now, if they have cash, that's easy, right? Most of these people that are acquiring investment properties are not paying cash, okay? They're using leverage. We use leverage on all of ours for years and years and years. So that's just, we went over to the bank and we created that relationship and so on and so forth. Hard money. Have you guys heard that term, hard money? Yeah, it's hard for a reason, let me tell you. It hardly works when you talk about the investment payout, right? Where's Jake? He knows that world a little bit. But those are terms that the investment club will understand at a higher and higher level. Our intention is to bring people in that you want to hear from, but also make this a very social thing. We will have a private Facebook page just for this group that will talk about things that are in that arena specifically. That is not the arena to talk about, hey, I need somebody to sit in my open house. No, no. This is the arena for the investment conversations. You guys get that? I don't care if this investment club ends up with 8 or 10 people or 40 people. Does not matter. The bottom line is that that group will have value being affiliated with each other. James McClay, Nathan Priest, Scott Swag. I can tell you, we could just go on and on. I don't mean to miss anybody myself. That know this arena reasonably well will all be able to add value to the people that are there. You guys get that? There are certain things we just can't cover at a team meeting because we start to get really narrow when we talk about hard money lenders. Are they any good? What are my options, right? You can't cover that at a team meeting. But the investment club, this will be right in their wheelhouse. So our intention is to be able to cover the topics that you all want to cover, bring the value that you want to have, but also create a little bit of a social aspect with this as well. Brandy, big drinker, right? Big drinker. She wants to have a happy hour afterwards, and she doesn't drink. She literally doesn't drink. Yeah.
Yes, I'll bring Lonnie's credit card.
Ouch. Canceled. Canceled, yes.
It's happy hour. It's half price. It's okay.
Right. But the goal is then to just have a little bit of camaraderie whether we initially have our meetings here and then maybe roll over here to the back room and everybody have a cocktail together and just kind of chit chat, that, you know, talk about what's going on out there. And there's so many people that I've talked to in our organization that way more than I even expected that have really unique knowledge in things that I don't know much about. James McClay taught me more about storage facilities and the return on storage facilities than I've ever known. And it took him about 45 minutes to teach me, you know, that's kind of good. Who's the other gentleman that's
Greg Topping.
Greg? He was a fantastic guy and just got his first sale.
He
Right?
did.
So he understands the Airbnb piece of things. So I wanted to pick his brain because we just got involved in one of those for the first time. I'll let you know how that goes. But wouldn't it be nice to really get more information from these people that have a lot of expertise in these fields? Who has anything to add? A lot of you guys raised your hand that you want to be involved. Why do you want to be involved? Okay.
I want to
you
build
are.
wealth.
Sandy's going through her first one right now, aren't you? It's easy. Yeah.
It's
Stop
easy.
it.
And I'm old.
Is that the old dog, new trick thing? Is that how that works? Yeah. Right. Tom, you guys have dealt with them, and some work out, you hit a home run, some you just have a ground rule double, some bun single, right? It's just how it works in this thing.
Yeah, and I want to get into it. My daughter is into real estate now too, and she will be able to do that.
Sure. But we have resources within our 120 something people, even deeper than I expected. I always kind of go to the same 4 or 5 guys for things, and all of a sudden I'm realizing, wait a minute, we have some people that have really specific knowledge in certain areas. And then a lot of our dual career people that can't be here for everything, they really are interested in that as well. So what we're finding out is they really want to plug in and find out more about that as well. But do not feel this is like a club that, oh man, they're going to try to convince me I need to buy rental property and I don't want to deal with tenants. It is not that. It can be a lot of things. It is not that. Yeah. 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 It's called leverage, right? It's called leverage. Yeah. Most people, if you wait to save enough cash to buy your first investment property, yeah, you'll probably be at retirement by the time you get it. So probably not advisable, right? We tell our buyers the cost of waiting 2 years. The cost of waiting is proven to be a problem for many, many years. So we need people to get into that aspect of the business that are ready for that aspect of the business. I've probably talked, I don't know if there's anybody here right now, but I've probably talked more people out of buying investment property than I have into it. Because once I talk to them and I find out what their expectations are, what their liquidity is, what their risk tolerance is, it doesn't match up with that arena at all. And if it doesn't, it will be a very stressful thing for you. Okay. So, but I think the other thing is there are people out there that have had a run in the stock market. Todd, last 2 years, stock market 20+%, right? People's 401ks have become 801ks. Okay. And the reality is some of those people are thinking, maybe I need to kind of take a little off the table. Part of taking it off the table is to diversify into other assets. And real estate obviously is one of those, and there's all kinds of strategies around that. So the more we can know about this from our people that have special knowledge, that'll help us collectively as a group. Yes, Nanette.
This being an opportunity helping someone else, even though I don't want to do it, or maybe I don't want to do it, I might change my mind, but I need to educate myself and surround my people by people that know how to do it so that I can actually do it and not panic. When someone says, have you, do you do investment properties? Like, I would go like, yeah, uh-huh. So, and then I run the Lonnie, I'm like, oh my God.
That's exactly what it sounds like too. Yeah. So, and then people are like, they think the only value that's out there, they have to buy a foreclosure. That's a, misconception. First of all, there's not a lot of foreclosure out there. It's ticked up a little, but it's ticking up off what was historically low numbers. So if you're sitting there just waiting, looking at the paper in the county out of Pleasant Hill that has the postings for foreclosures, you've got a very small piece of opportunity. Yes, Sam. Okay, it can happen. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys, you have to start listening for opportunities and distress that's out there. You are, in many cases, you're helping the people that out as well. You guys know the story about my coach that came in here like 7 days before his house was getting ready to be foreclosed on, and he had a crap ton of equity in it. Wasn't in the best condition, but at the end of the day, that was going to the courthouse steps, and he likely was going to get a 0 and then a nice blue thing on his door saying, get the heck out of my house, right? That's what that looks like. We came in, cashed him out of it. He got a nice big check, and we let him rent back until his other rental was ready. So did I make money on it? Yes, absolutely. We're in business, but he actually was able to get a good chunk of his equity that probably would have evaporated, right? Is that a difference maker? Yeah. So, but again, that never came to market. That's just being in conversations. Someone told him that we might have a solution here for him. So he looked me up after 20 something years. Okay. You just never know. But again, that someone was in my database, I might add, and brought that person into our world. John, anything to add to that? Are you guys dealing with any investors right now?
We work with a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, we've learned quite a bit from them. One of them's been pretty challenging, but no, to your point, I mean, it's really just finding solutions, and then it's a lot of times it's not necessarily what anything we know when they ask us or we're out working for them. It's who do we know that can answer the question. So it's more leveraging, to your point, that one conversation from an investor may lead us to leveraging us to talk to so-and-so that talks to so-and-so that finds a solution or an answer, a tidbit of information that gets us down another trail of finding a solution. And then we go back and then we're like, hey, then we look like genius. He's like, oh man, thanks guys. And we're like, well, we didn't really necessarily have the answer, but we may know someone that does.
Sure.
And so then we're just
You get it.
thinking about
Yeah.
who's the builder we need to talk to, who's the, blah, 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 that we need to
Say one of your guys buys his first flip, he's doing okay, and all of a sudden finds out he's got a bad sewer line. We know what that can be. We have experts in our world. You plug the two up. They're not going to be happy that they have to deal with that, but now they have a solution, right?
When they say, oh, we gotta accept this as is, that's how I'm gonna get this deal, get us in there, or get somebody in there, run a line, go through that line, you will save your investor tens of thousands of dollars. I promise you.
Yeah.
And they
We've written offers where our only inspection contingency, we're not inspecting the house except, and the except is the septic or sewer line. Just because it's such a big ticket item. I can see the roof. Yeah, just be sure if we're going to do anything invasive, we need permission from the listing agent on it. Yeah, okay. Camera not invasive? Wait a minute. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, another thing to keep in mind, Lonnie, is over the next 20 years or so with the baby boomers aging out, that, you know, that 50% of all rental property is still owned by mom and pop. Mom and pop LLC, I'll call it. Everybody thinks it's BlackRock, but 50% of that. And these people are gonna be entering their 70s and 80s over the next few years, and they are tired of dealing with the rental property. So they're going to be looking for solutions on how to get rid of this. And we're gonna have a great asset coming up in this market center with Scott Swagger, who's opening up an UPREIT, which we can dive into further at some point. We gotta get Scott to come in here and talk about it, which is gonna be a solution for some of these people. Their kids don't want the rental property. They don't wanna sell them because of capital gains taxes. And there's what we call DSTs and UPREITs that are gonna be a solution for these people. And this is something that we're gonna see take off. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a big solution.
Agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a wind down for most people. I mean, even if they've enjoyed having rental property for all those years, I'm sure we'll have that day to have that conversation as well. But they've done fine with it. They're just done with it, right? Life is telling them not to take those calls anymore, right? Then this is the wind down, or how to exit that strategy and avoid taxation and things like that. So again, investment club type stuff, right? You guys get that? So we're just trying to bring some more things to you guys. By the way, if the investment club and all that isn't your cup of tea, no sweat. That's not a big deal at all. But we definitely want to be sure we get that group. This will be a very active group from a standpoint of, if we're going to have a private Facebook page, it's the people that are participating and attending. We're having a meeting. Essentially, our goal is to have one a month, guys. Okay. And I know sometimes we're on vacation or something like that. I don't think the expectation of being there once a month for 90 minutes is too much. Do you? Does that seem fair? Okay. There's no homework or any of that kind of stuff. So it is voluntary. Did I miss anything? Is anybody having by the way, we need to get our Thursday call, and I was out of town, but we need to get that back above 30 people participating again. We've kind of been floating around.
Sold Mastermind.
Sold Mastermind, 20 to 25. I know spring is here and you guys are busy. If you need to sit at home in your jammies, get on the call and listen, okay, for anything that might help you. Sometimes we have calls that there's 3 or 4 big bullet points that we do a deep dive on, sometimes less than that, okay? But most of the time I come out of there with a few ahas, and I'm guessing if you're paying attention, you might too. But ideally what we'd like to do is have people participating as well, not just listening. But if Joanna here, she's great. She doesn't care. If she's having a problem, it's coming on that call. You guys get that? Bring that stuff out there. Let us problem solve that. So I'll finish with this. Does anybody have a problem right now that they need help on that you want to discuss with this group? No? We're pretty good? All right. Don't hesitate. Did you have one?
I just want to give a promo for the mastermind. I mean, even if I'm not going through a specific problem that's being discussed at that moment, what this is doing, that high level discussions and conversations, solutions, that's keeping it at the top of the forefront of my mind, what I'm thinking about RAS, the reticular activating system, so that when I encounter something that might touch on that, I'm automatically making a connection in my brain. Oh, wow, that goes with this. And then I'm more motivated to pursue that as a potential client or, an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know how many times somebody has come in from our office and said, hey, you got a minute? And they want to talk about a challenge or a question they have, which obviously we're here to help, right? But I'll usually lead after I listen, I'll go, that's come up several times on our mastermind call. Okay. And almost always it has, right? Whatever that is. So we need to be on those things. I know it is an hour of your time. I get that, but you don't have to dress up. Just get on that computer and pay attention and participate. The more people that want to participate, usually there's more value in it. You guys get that? So please make that part of your spring pledge to be on there as frequently as you possibly can. Brandy, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, let's go sell houses, guys. Good job. Welcome aboard, man. We're excited for you. Yeah. Anybody that needs to buy or sell anything yet?
Yes, I'll take yours.
Just talk some family member in.
Right.
Dad.
Did I see that you've got Kickstart on next Monday also? Was that on the little?
Caesar put that on there.
Okay,